Hello viewers, my name is Helen Adekemi Oni, the convener of Marriage on the Rock and Singles with Purpose. In the past 2 episodes, we've been able to establish the fact that there might be some challenges facing families due to work or some challenges facing work due to family. So today, I would love to come clear to us in clear picture, in clear terms, those key challenges that could be bothering, that could be interfering between our family life and then our career life or our ministry life or maybe our business life. Work and family conflict occurs when experiences and commitment at work interfere with family life, maybe such as extensive or regular inflexible work hours. It could also be that maybe work overload and other forms of job stress. Interpersonal conflict at work could also crawl back into the family to have adverse effects, or it could be because of unsupportive supervisor or organizer and so many other things like that. So the number one is time pressure. It's not easy to be a career person and at the same time a parent or a spouse. They would be interfering. The time constraint. What about long work hours, time pressures and constraints? It might not be easy for people residing in big cities to balance work and family at the same time. If you are to resume at work, if your working hours falls between 8 in the morning and then 5 p.m. in the evening, if you are in a city where traffics are very, very heavy most of the time, maybe you will have to leave home before 6 a.m. in the morning, and then before leaving home, that very 6 a.m., you have children to take care of who will also be in their schools. You also have yourself to take care of. So also is your significant other. Then you will be on the road between that 6 a.m. until like 8 o'clock. And let's see when when you are done for the day, coming back home, there is every possibility that you could spend additional 2 or 3 hours on the road before getting home. And then your 5 o'clock would have translated into 8 p.m. before you get home. So that means you will be out of your house between the hours of 6 a.m. and then 8 p.m. at night. So you could be the kind of person who is very, very busy at work. So you have meetings to take care of, both online meetings sometimes. There are some meetings that could extend beyond your work hour time. You will have maybe some deadlines to meet up with. There will be no room. You have to do the school running for your children, the home chores, the ministry if you are the one who is working actively in your place of worship. None of the primary issues is just like time management. You working as a parent, you working as a minister, you working as all around like a teacher. You will have to deal with your children's assignment. When you get back home, if you have nobody who is taking care of them, where do you now have the space? That is the key challenge to balancing work and family. As a working parent, most of the time we often feel like we are rushing through everything. The work, the parenting, even being a wife, being a spouse, and even rest. You just finding a way to juggle between all of this all together, and then it cannot be easy. It's a major factor. It's a key challenge. Time management, time constraint, time pressure is one of the key challenging factors. Number 2, lack of support. So for both father and mother who are career-wise, who are career-oriented in the family. So both of you rushes out of the house every morning and then you come back late at night. So if there are no support, if both spouses are not supporting each other, if you are not supportive, there could be issue. Then it becomes a challenge. So let's take for instance now that a mom who has been out since 6 a.m. in the morning and then coming back 8 p.m. still have to take care of the whole assignment all by herself. We have to cook, we have to wash dishes, we have to do all house chores, clear the house, clean the house. Maybe you don't even have maybe a house help or a housekeeper. How would you cope if your spouse is not giving you a helping hand? This is really, really gonna be a very serious issue, and then it becomes a challenge between spouses. The number 3 is unrealistic expectations. So many times there are pressures coming from society, especially to my gender, because and men too also in some cases too. You will have to excel in everything. You have to be an excellent person in your career, as in your parenting, in your marriage, in your ministry. Most of the time this can actually lead to constant comparison and frustration, and the cultural expectations are not helpful at all, because some of the time they are gender based, and woman must do this, she must be the one to do this, she must do this, she must do that. Our men, they will have to do this, they will have to do that, they will have to do that, and before you know it, it becomes so cumbersome because we have so many unrealistic expectations. So number 4 key challenge is loss of personal identity. Some individuals get so confused with work or parenting, they lose themselves. They lose contact with themselves. They don't even know whom they are anymore. No time for hobbies, no time for rest, no time for spiritual growth, no time for bonding with other people around them, no time for bonding with their immediate family, no time to relate with their extended family. There is just like this struggle that comes from loss of identity. Do I know myself? I feel I no longer exist. Then there is loss of identity, loss of personal identity in the course of all of this. This is another key challenge. Burnout. A state of deep mental, emotional, and spiritual exhaustion. You can't even link up with yourself. It happens when the person has given too much for too long. So you have been like rotating days, choked up, scheduled for yourself and for every member of your family over a very long time, and then you are not taking anything back. You are just dishing out, giving out. You are a caregiver, you are a minister, you are a teacher, you are this, you are that, but without any way to replenish yourself. Then you have emotional burnout. It's like a candle that has burned brighter for others to see, but have no wax left for itself. Even strong people burn out. Yeah, you are not lazy. It means you are human. Even Elijah, a mighty prophet, at a particular point in time, he experienced burnt out and asked God to take his life. In the book of 1 Kings chapter 19, God responded with rest, food, and whisper, not a rebuke. So you are human. There are many times that you find out that you are completely exhausted, as if you have nothing left inside. It's a challenge. So if you are completely burnt out, where exactly would you find the energy to connect with any member of your family? It becomes a challenge. In conclusion, I would be happy to tell you this, that balancing work and family is not just a modern struggle. It is a matter of stewardship, wisdom, and then grace. While the pressures are real, that is just the truth. That is the fact, that the pressures are real. But God has not left us without guidance and then strength. I pray for each and every one of you watching this, that may you learn to prioritize wisely, like Mary, who chose what mattered most. And may you learn to work diligently, like the woman in the book of Proverbs. May you learn how to withdraw when it is necessary, so as you will not lose contact with your inner self. And in all of these roles, as a spouse, as a parent, as a worker, as a leader, may grace be your rhythm, and may God be at your center. I pray that God will give you the key, and then always God will give you the guide. Thank you so much for listening to me today. If you have any comments, please drop them at the comment section. You want to call me directly, please dial 07037 150 154. Thank you. Bye bye.